Yes, guys, Lions Den, connected by EE, is back from the top of the BT Tower, and I need to set up the show in the next 15 seconds. So, I need lights, camera, action. Yes, guys, we're at the top of the BT Tower in London on a massive Matchday breakfast show. And who better to talk to than the most popular man in football? That's right, it's Micah Richards. Micah. For a second, bro, I thought we were in a Fast and the Furious trailer, the way that top's looking on you.
Yeah, just the guns are oiled up, you know what I mean? You know, that's been okay to me.
You know what? I better start this off by saying, how are you, brother? How are you?
You know what? I'm so happy. Not just because of the whole 18 months everyone's had with COVID and whatnot, but to then have the team perform so well, be able to go down to Wembley. I'm absolutely living my dream. And I know people get excited and say oh yeah, you just say, jumping on the bandwagon, but this is one of the happiest I've ever been in my life.
For sure. I can't not talk about the game yesterday. It was one of the most high-quality games of football that I've watched in a long time. What did you make of it?
You know what? It was crazy. Spain had all the possession. I thought Pedri was immense. I thought Busquets was ridiculous as well. But I just loved the way the Italians just fought to the end. I was lucky enough to work with Mancini. And he's just got that attitude where he won't give up. He'll never give up no matter what. And he instilled that in the players. And just, you never like to see someone go out in penalties. I felt so sorry for Morata to come on and sort of be the hero, get him back in the game, and then miss the penalty. I felt it for him because he's had a up and down tournament, but I suppose it's part and parcel of football.
It's nerve-wracking watching penalties even when England aren't in them. That's the stress.
Honestly, I got the worst penalty known to man, so I know about penalties. The worst. I did a pre-season for Man City, and honestly, it went so high. So God knows how they felt last night.
Micah, it's been an unbelievable month, okay, for England fans. This tournament's been a revelation. But how's it been for you watching as a fan, working on it as well?
It's been, honestly, like I said at the start, it's been the best ever. I'm lucky enough to work on this tournament. It's my first tournament, but I've still got players and friends still in that squad. So see Jack Grealish doing so well, see Foden doing so well, see John Stones doing so well. It's and no one actually gives England a chance. It's again, he's coming home, they're arrogant and whatnot. And I always said at the start of the tournament, I believe the players are good enough to actually win this thing, but I never allow myself to get ahead of myself and just well, we've got the players and Southgate. I've got to give a mention to Southgate. He is the perfect man for the job. All the outside noise that's happening, all the pundits, all the journalists are writing in this, that, and the other. He's just so calm and composed. So honestly, it's been one of the best summers of my life. I can't complain.
You mentioned a few big names in there, a few star players, the Jack Grealishes, the Phil Foden, the Stones. Have you got one standout player from this tournament that is really, you've taken a shine to?
Calvin Phillips he's been ridiculously good because Calvin Phillips is known at Leeds. He's dropped into a free at the back sometimes, or he's dropped as the deep lying midfielder. But he actually can go forward as well. That goal that is set up for Raheem. It's just against Croatia. It was just amazing. And I think Raheem, I've got to give a mention to Raheem Sterling because of the fact that all the pressure that was on him, and a lot of people didn't have his greatest season at Man City. When he's been playing well, I've been the first one to sing his praises, but it didn't quite work out the way he wanted. But to turn it around into international football and the manager still believe in him, I just think he's been the one with all the pressure. He's been my standout player, Raheem Sterling.
For sure, that's a great answer. And we've seen some players who've come out and used this tournament as a bit of a jumping board, like a diving board, I guess, where like players like Bukayo Saka. How nice is it to see him come through and shine? And please tell me you've seen the memes as well.
I've seen the memes. I've seen them be hilarious. You know what? When you've got Uncle Wright, Ian Wright, in your corner, Ian Wright absolutely loves Saka. Do you know what I mean? So, like, even if he had an okay game, you got Wrighty cheering you on. You're always going to get credit when Wrighty's in your corner. But I think Saka, for what, just 19, he's been a revelation in terms of... Because, you know, when you get into the squad and a young player, like, I've been there where you don't really know how it's going to go, and you don't know if you're really going to get a chance, because no one was really like saying Saka should be playing, and then he played and he took his chance. So at such a young age, and he's been formed for Arsenal this season, has been tremendous as well. So it's good to see him getting a look in. Obviously, the game tonight, I don't know who to pick. We've got such an array of talent. I don't know who to pick in their positions, but that's only a bonus for Gareth Southgate.
You know what, I'm going to give some credit to you here, because I feel like the punditry this tournament has been very, very positive. Between yourself and Rio, you're flying that flag. Do you think that helps the boys? Do you think that helps the mood of the country? Because there's no one more positive in the game than you.
You know what? Like, when I was a player and the pundits used to say nice things about me, used to give me that spring in my step, you know, thinking, oh, you know, Alan Hansen or Alan Shearer or whoever it may be, of course it does. So even when you've got to be negative as a pundit, you can do it in a way where you can criticize, but you don't have to be personal. Or ways you could maybe improve, where I think punditry over the last couple of years, last 5 years, has become too negative. So I'm not going to say I've seen a gap in the market, but I thought, well, I'm going to, like, talk these players up when they're playing well. Why not? You know, you've got to be positive, and especially after the year everyone's had, or year 18 month, why be negative? So, yeah, like I said, I'm not getting too excited. I'm not getting ahead of myself. We've got to beat the Danes today. You know, I'm not talking about the final yet, so no final questions yet, please, Josh. But I believe we've got the players to get it done.
One thing I'm gutted about that that as fans, I guess we've not been allowed to see, because you both work for different broadcasters, is that relationship with you and Roy Keane. I think that would have been unbelievable to see during this tournament. But how did that even come about? Because no one saw it coming.
You know what? It was one of those, like, so we was doing a Super Sunday, and like I said, I burst on the scene, you know, but like subconsciously, I didn't even mean it. I wasn't even trying to show off or be arrogant or whatnot. And I said, when I burst on the scene, and then he went for me and said, I don't know what defenders burst on the scene. And then I just said, youngest ever defender to play for England. And after the show, he just winked at me and was like, okay. He's firing a little bit back. And ever since then, like, going on the screen, I like trying to take the mick out of him. Look, I know when to stop, but I just love probing and sort of trying to wind him up, because a lot of people think it's a front with Roy Keane, but he's not. He's just so passionate, and that's the way he sees the game. Everyone sees the game differently, whether you're a fan or pundit, football or whatever, and that's just the way he sees the game. So I just like to prod him from time to time, and that's where the relationship came from.
From everyone watching, all the fans, please keep prodding him. I'm telling you, it's too good. It's too good. We've got to take it back to England now. 5 clean sheets, 5 games. Some of your old boys, you know, you've got Stones in there, you've got Walks in there. How nice is it to see them shining in that defensive element?
Well, it was good because obviously Tyrone Mings was playing at the start, and he was exceptional in that back line. So I think Maguire has been amazing along with Stones. And Walker, in terms of Walker and Shaw, like, Walker's had so much stick over the years about, you know, his concentration, and he's not as good as maybe a Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that's fine, and Trippier. But you can always rely on Walker no matter what. Like, whether it's defensively or attacking. Like, even at the time where he got brought out the squad for a little bit, he said he didn't have a bad attitude. He worked hard, and he said how much it hurt him. Maybe he took his foot off the gas a little bit, but he's back and he's working hard. And Luke Shaw, what we calling Shaw? We're calling him Shaw Roberto.
Roberto Carlos.
It's ridiculous. For all the stick he's had for the last sort of year or two, and then to turn it round, he had his bad injury, and now he's just playing with freedom. But when I see the players playing with freedom, that all trickles down from the manager. And that's how important he is. So to see all the boys doing well, it's really great to see.
Denmark, a tougher test than Ukraine, right?
I'm nervous. I'm not really been nervous all tournament, to be honest, because what's been put in. To be fair, Germany, I was a little bit nervous, but I'm more
Don't lie
nervous
to us,
now.
Micah. I know you was nervous. Germany game. Don't lie to us.
I was nervous a little bit. But Denmark, the Great Danes, all what they've got to play for. I mean, what happened to Ericsson? They've got all that side of it. They've got players who play in the Premier League who know the English players as well. So this one, they've got players who can hurt you, Poulsen and Braithwaite and Dolberg. They've got players who can hurt you. But do I believe if we play to the best of our ability, we can beat them? Yes, I do. That's not being arrogant. That's just, I look at our squad, I look at theirs and think, if we get it right on the night, we can do it. I'm praying.
For sure, 100%. You played with Kasper Schmeichel in his early days. Did you ever expect him to have the career that he's had?
Yes, I did, is the answer to that. So when I was at Man City, it was him and Joe Hart, and there was both like superstars, but only one could play. So one was going to have to go. Kasper had the shirt for a little while. I remember we played against Arsenal one time. I think he saved the penalty. He was honestly insane. And then Joe Hart got his chance, took his chance. And then Kasper sort of went down the leagues and stuff. He wasn't happy with just being on the bench. He wanted to play every single time. But I knew as soon as he got a chance and a little bit of rhythm, he would always go and do it. Did I think he would win the Premier League with Leicester? No, I didn't think that. But I always knew he would be a top Premier League goalkeeper, and now he's 2 games away from potentially winning the Euros like the Danes in '92. So,
he's also he come out in that press conference and said, "Listen, are you going to stop England football coming home?" And he said, "Has it ever been home?" And I thought, it's painful.
Yeah, he started there. Something. The way he was sat there, he was all smug as well. Has it ever been home? It was brilliant, but he's got a point. Obviously, England have won the World Cup, but they've not won the Euros, so he's got a point. But maybe the players will just use that as a little bit of fuel later on today.
For sure. Before I let you go, can we get a prediction? And what do you want to see from the boys? What style of football do you want to see from the boys? Who do you want to see shine? Let us know. I
don't want to predict, if I'm being totally honest, because every time I predict, it's wrong, and I don't want to put too much pressure on the boys. I don't. But I think in terms of style of play, no matter which way they play, I mean, they've changed the system, went to a 3 at the back, and then it looked like a 5 at the back at times. They're being fluid. They play with Mason Mount in offensive midfield, and they brought in a Jack Grealish. So all I want the players to do, and I'm speaking probably for every fan, is just to give 100%. In terms of chances, you're at Wembley. I think 60,000 people are going to be there. Like, you're playing against Denmark, and no respect to Denmark, they're a decent ranked team, but if they do it, they can beat them, and I just want them to leave everything on the pitch, have no regrets, because one thing I regret now is, like, when I've finished, I didn't do this or I didn't do this in that game, so just give everything and do themselves proud, but do the country proud. That's all we can ask.
Micah, fantastic. I'm going to let you go. Get those nerves, you know what I mean? Don't chew all your fingernails off. I don't know what your pre-match routine is. Maybe adding some more baby oil to the biceps. Whatever it is, whatever helps.
I've got the iron on.
That's you, brother. My man, thank you very much for jumping on Live Zen. Right, guys, we've got so many more guests to come. But before that, take a look at what the lads have been up to in training.
You get an extra life if it's a pop-up and a finish with your foot. Yes, Marcus.
Unless you do that. I tried to do that. Oh yeah. Hey! Chest it, man. Oh.
No, Parley. He's gone, Parley.
Camera safe.
Yeah. Here we go.
Just like that. Just like he saved him. That's a bubble.
If you want to see the outcome of that video, make sure you watch the full inside training video on England's official YouTube channel. And I told you, we have more guests. So next up, it's the one and only Lloyd Griffith.
Hello, mate.
Yes. How are you, brother?
I'm all right, mate. I could watch inside training every day of the week. Like it's binge worthy. Like move over Netflix. I just want to watch that every day of the week.
You're not wrong. Talk me through your match day, your pre-match routine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an athlete, and I don't think I need to tell you that. So it's basically the greasiest breakfast that I can get down me. Go for a little walk to like test the pre-match nerves, and then go out and meet me mate Rob in about 2 hours' time, and then start drinking. Basically, Josh, I don't want to, just basically, start drinking.
You know what? It's smart. I thought you were going to go a different route there, but I like you kept it real. And to be fair, what time is it now?
Yeah.
That's early. It's a nice early start.
Well, to be fair, I've actually got quite a lot on today, and I said to my agent, I was like, look, obviously the game's on later, and she's like, yeah, not a problem. I went to the garage early to take my car in, and they were like, oh, we can't get the part. Do you mind coming back at 6 o'clock? I was like, absolutely not, mate. I'm not going to be in any fit state to walk, let alone drive. So they've asked me to go at 8 in the morning, and then I've got an audition at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Genuinely, I've got an audition at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So, I mean, I'm going to be in tatters the whole day, England game aside. So, yeah.
I might say you got to have a word with your gaffer there. 3 o'clock on semi-final match day. That can't happen. But
at least I won't be nervous.
I know about your pre-match. I was going to say we know your pre-match routine now, but how nice is it to be able to go to the pub, to be able to link up with friends, to be able to have 60,000 fans at Wembley? You've experienced that.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get to the group game, so I watched a few of them with friends in various pubs and like houses and stuff. And then I was able to go to the England-Germany game, and oh my God, like that was just an unbelievable experience. First proper game back, and it's England-Germany at Wembley. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than that. There were 45,000 fans there, and everyone was just over the moon. I think people still couldn't get their head around the fact that they were there. They were at Wembley. I mean, watching England in the Euro. So there was a lot of like dazed faces, boozed or not boozed. There was just a lot of people like it was their first time in a stadium. And then today, 60,000 people. I mean, I am excited.
Look, we all saw you on the big screen, you and your good mate Rob Beckett, and then we saw you a few hours afterwards. Could you talk me through that Instagram story? Did you last the course?
Yeah, I mean, I got home, and if that's lasting the course, you know what I mean? Then I definitely got home. We gate crashed Peter Crouch's TV show straight after the after the game, and Crouchy was very hospitable. I'd say for the first hour and a half, and then he was like, "Look, Lloyd, Rob, you need to go home." So we did. I ended up getting a train home, and Rob ended up eating chicken down an alleyway. So, I mean, if I'm honest, that's just the perfect game day for me. I mean, eating chicken down an alleyway or a Burger King on a train.
It was a more professional job all round over the Ukraine game. How nice was it just to kind of sail through that game and I've no outside noise, no madness going on, less chicken.
Yeah, it was amazing. And also as well, like, to win a game so convincing, it was beautiful as an England fan. Obviously, there's been, even in the song, it says so many years of hurt. And there's always like an obstacle in the way. It's never really plain sailing. And there's always nerves. Whereas that Ukraine game, I mean, I could watch it over and over again. It was absolutely beautiful. The way in which we scored. Do you know what I mean? Like, Meg's in the keeper. I mean, I felt so sorry for him. Do you know what I mean? Not a way to go, is it? So it was just, a perfect game to watch. I mean, watching this team, who I'm absolutely in love with, by the way, just, sail past beautifully and just give us confidence, going further along down the line. So it's just a joy to watch, Josh.
Look, we've had a message come up on the comment section. It says, "Get Lloyd to show his singing skills." Are you hiding something from us?
Oh, what, mate? I'm not hiding it. I'm trying to get it. I was basically trying to sing the national anthems at Wembley during the Euros, but they're not having singers because of COVID, which I absolutely understand. But yeah, I mean, at any point, I'd love to sing the national anthem at Wembley. So I'll just give you a little burst now if you want, Josh. You up for that now? Okay. God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. I won't do the rest of it because it'll take ages, but you get the gist, don't you?
I'm absolutely stunned. That is sensational.
It's a little bit like the first time we saw Susan Boyle on TV, isn't it?
Do you know what? Apart from the singing and the chicken, how have you found this tournament? Because it's been a great ride from having been inside the camp. And I know fans have enjoyed it, the way Gareth switched up the team. But personally, how have you enjoyed it?
I've absolutely loved it. I genuinely have absolutely loved it. Even from going into the tournament, knowing that we've got such an amazing team going into the Euros, and that bench, the squad is so extensive. In previous years, we haven't necessarily had that. Whereas every single player in that squad is deserving of that spot. And then going in the games that we're playing, there's been a bit of criticism that sometimes it's been a little bit not as exciting as we want to see it. An England fan, sometimes I do feel want to see England play football the way I want to play golf. You know what I mean? Just all kind of like, a driver on a par 3 when we just need to calm down. And the way that Gareth's managed this has been absolutely exemplary. Game management has been outstanding. And just imagine if you're playing England and then you just look at the bench and in the 60th minute you just turn around and go, they're bringing on Jack Grealish and Jude Bellingham. Do you know what I mean? It instills kind of like just fear into opposition, and hopefully we can do that tonight against Denmark. But it's just been a genuine joy to watch this tournament. It's been beautiful.
I was going to say, every time the team comes out, I think Gareth and whatever the England, whoever selected gets a bit of stick. But surely we should just trust the process by now, because he's not gone wrong.
Of course. And every time you kind of like see in the comments be like, why is so-and-so not starting? Why is so-and-so not starting? And then we win the game. You know what I mean? And then it's almost like going, maybe there's a reason why Gareth Southgate is manager of the England football team. Do you know what I mean? Because he knows what he's doing. So, I mean, it is just all trust in the gaffer, and what he's doing is working. So let's have more of it.
Are you going to get the chance to go down to Wembley today, or are you watching it with friends?
Oh, I'm going to Wembley, mate. I am going to Wembley. Me and Rob are going down. We're doing exactly the same route that we did last time, drinking exactly the same things, wearing exactly the same clothes. We're in different seats, but I don't think that's a problem. So, yeah, I mean, we've gone a little bit superstitious. I've washed the same boxes and socks. They're on the line drying now. So, I'm going to be, after this audition, which, if I'm honest, will be an absolute shambles, Josh, and then straight down to Wembley Way.
There's some massive characters in this team, right? We've seen on the social, whether you watch Inside Trading, whether you're watching Lions Den, you see the personalities come out. Who's got the best chance of becoming a stand-up comedian in your professional opinion?
Declan Rice, without a shadow of a doubt. without a shadow of a doubt. That man is funny. That man is absolutely, and he just naturally looks funny. Do you know what I mean? He's got like his face and his characteristics. I mean, even when he got like the chokehold the other night, it was almost like a little stand-up like comedy routine. Declan Rice, I think, when he retires, and it'll be, you know, a fair old down the line, but he will be a stand-up comic without a shadow of a doubt.
He'll be buzzing to hear that, to be fair. Before I let you go, prediction. If you're willing to give a prediction, I know it's tight. I don't want to jinx anything, but take it away.
Mate, the thing is, I grew up like in love with Peter Schmeichel, and I love Kasper Schmeichel, and he's going to be. I've even got my little Peter Schmeichel gloves from when I was a kid. Look how weird that. Look at that. I mean, that is how much of a fanboy I am. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a real tough game. You know, Ian Wright said yesterday that, you know, it's not going to be an easy game to play at all, the way that they adapt different systems. So, I mean, I'd love to see another clean sheet. Jordan keeping another clean sheet. Let's say I'm going to go 3-0, if that's all right.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And in celebration of the potential 3-0 win, can we get a little bit of Sweet Caroline from you? Because you showed the pipes before, and I want to hear them again. The people want to hear them again.
It's just a Sweet Caroline. Da, da, da. How about that? I don't want to.
Good
times
never seem so good.
So good, so good, so good. I'm going to stop.
Look, fantastic. Absolute pleasure to have you on. Enjoy the game. I hope the audition goes well. I can't see it going well, but best of luck.
Mate, thank you very much. And you've been absolutely amazing during this tournament. Thank you so much. See you later on.
Appreciate it. Guys, it's the Matchday show, so you know we need to announce the winner of our Matchday prize draw. Okay? There was two. We had Kamali and we had Lucinda. Okay? What I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to pick in this random generator here after this VT. But Jade, you're getting closer and closer.
No, I missed.
Oh! There you go. We'll take that. That is sensational work.
It's a great start.
Are you joking? Are you joking? He's been waiting for that. You have to respect it.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Is that 3
Ice in
points?
his veins.
Is that 3 points?
Declan Rice.
He's already got it.
Ice in his veins.
Ice in the veins. I have got my magic sorting machine, which is going to tell me whether it's Leander or Kamali. Will it be Jaden winning or will it be Deck winning? I can tell you that the winner of the EE Matchday prize draw is Kamali. Look at the budget we've got here on Lions Den, by the way. Kamali, congratulations. A load of EE goods are going to be coming your way. I cannot wait for you to get them. And now, our next guest knows a thing or two about semi-finals. It's Kaz Carney. I was going to ask you, what is it like being so close to the action for these historic, these iconic games at Wembley in a major tournament?
You know what? It's the closest thing I think I'll probably ever get from like playing again. Like I'm behind the goal. I can hear everything. I can hear the players. You can hear the crowd. Like it has been sensational. It's been the best job, and I've had to change my headphones to proper like plain noise cancelling because I can't hear the feed. So I'm like half one ear and half out because I want to hear, Sweet Caroline and things like that. So it's been brilliant, and I get to see it from a totally different tactical point as well. So yeah, it's been really good.
Looking back to the first game and no celebrations, did you expect, I guess, for us to be here at this stage of the tournament?
Yeah, I did. I thought if we were to get past the 16, I then said we'd go and win it. So we're past the 16, so I think we'll go and win it. But yeah, I don't think we've got the best 11, if I'm honest, but I think we've got the best squad, and we've seen how well it's been utilised, how every player is important. You know yourself, just because you're in there, you're seeing the camp, how valuable every member of the team is, and that's the staff as well. So we've got a fantastic team, England, and I think that's what's going to get us there.
You missed out on the Rome game. But how buzzing are you to be back in Wembley with 60,000 crazy English fans in there?
Oh, and I'm one of them as well. I'm in my ears being like told, be more pundit, less fan, and I'm like, sorry. But yeah, I was super jealous that I wasn't out in Rome. But I was like, look, make sure we get there, and I'll back behind the goal, you know, for the semi-final and the final. But it's just the crowd, like the atmosphere, like it just made me so happy being a part of it the last few weeks, and like the buzz and just everyone out there. And I'm already in my full kit, and it was like 9 o'clock. I was ready. Like, I'm good to go, Josh.
You become a bit of a viral sensation. We touched on it in the celebrations, but I want you to take a look at some of these pictures, because I'd have them on my bathroom wall. I'd have them in oil paintings. Take a look at these.
No, it's good. It's not planned. It's like, that one's my favourite, because I was like, it was just, I think everyone was just feeling it, and I'm like, I just hope that there's lots more goals my end, and I'm getting more for, like, my mate's saying create an album cover. So, and then hopefully I'm moving house, so I'm going to blow it up and put them on there. So yeah, it should be good.
For sure. I don't want to bring the mood down, but you've been on the wrong side of a few semi-finals, as have some of the boys who are going to be playing today. What do you learn from those games, and what can you take them into the semi-finals going forward?
But I've been on a winning one as well, so we can bring the mood back up a little bit.
All right, fair.
Yeah, you forget, you don't forget the ones you lose, that's for sure. But what I say is the ones you lose propel you for the ones that you're about to win. And I think I see that in this group. You hear not the fear, you hear what they learned from the World Cup and how they don't want to win. They've got this winning mentality, and what I really like about it is there's a confidence, there's a swagger, and perhaps in the past other people perceive that as arrogance. But you know, so what? We should own it. We're in a fantastic position. We've got a great squad. Why can't we keep saying bring it home? Because I think we can.
Jill Scott actually said during a camp, you didn't speak to her, so she invented a song that went, Kaz Carney, she don't talk to me. And we've seen Declan Rice actually mention, he said, like, Luke, and I think he was bantering, but he said Luke Shaw didn't speak one camp. But and then now obviously he's found his voice. How good and how important are these successful camps in terms of bringing players' personalities out and building confidence?
Well, you're part of that, Josh, as well on the Lions Den, seeing that it's really cool for us to see those personalities come out, because that's where, when people are at home, when they're comfortable with each other, that's where you express yourself, and they've got to go and express themselves on that pitch. And from being at the position I am, I see that. Like, I get goosebumps because it feels like they're enjoying it. There's not fakeness, because you cannot fake that. And of course, there's disappointed players not playing, but they've parked that, and you see that in the celebrations, the subs, the staff, everyone on there. Just, there's a real good vibe, and you need that. And to bring the best out in other people is what makes successful teams.
For sure. Looking ahead to Denmark, it's a tougher test than Ukraine, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be very, very different, and we've got to expect that. You know, before going into the tournament, we obviously knew what happened in their opening game, but they were dark horses anyway. And I think then having that, whatever happened, thankfully Christian's okay, but has really made them even more united. So they're a top team. They've got winning mentality in there from successful players, you know, in the Premier League and the FA Cup, etc. So they've got that mentality in that group. So it is going to be very, very challenging for England, but we're on home soil, why not?
Kaz, I've got to ask you, what is your match day routine from now? I know that the nerves are starting to creep in, or do you not get nervous?
No, I get proper nervous, and you're gonna laugh. Like, I've wore the same like blue. I've got the other jersey, the away one, so I've got it ready on my bed, all prepared for later on. The guy that takes up, he's my mate Gary. I'll get him the same chocolate bar every game, and we always say, like, don't change a winning habit. So I'm quite superstitious, actually. So I'm not going to change those superstitions. So it's more nerve-wracking as a fan than as a player, because as a player you're like really chilled, relaxed, because you're in control. And like, I've played in like obviously big games, and I'm more nervous now than I was then, and like it's so bizarre.
Because we've got a few questions coming in from the fans, so they'll pop up on the screen, and I'll ask away. We got Shaney FC has written, "What's it like playing for England in a tournament?"
Oh, it's the greatest experience. You literally cannot beat it. Again, like I keep getting goosebumps just because it's such a privilege and an honour, and like you can't describe it really. And all I say is that every time you play for England, you borrow the jersey, and like you always want to keep borrowing it as long as you can. And I think that tournament is why you put all the hours and the training and the hard work in to represent your country at a major tournament. It's just the best feeling you'll ever have.
We've got another question coming in as well. The question is from Saif Mabunda. It's written, "If you were going to do a pep talk with the lads, what would you say to them?" Oh, it's a tough one.
I'd probably put on a song. I'd probably just start like dancing around and be like, you know what, just relax. Because sometimes you think you need this like big 8 mile, like big motivational speech or whatever, or 8 miles of song though as well. But, you know, just sometimes the best ways to go and calm people is to play music or to dance or just have a laugh, and that way it calms everyone down. So I'd probably just put on a song and start dancing around and get everyone going. You know, just in anything in life, when you're happy, that's when you do your best thing. So that's probably what I'd go down that route.
For sure. Can you talk us through the rest of your day today? Are we going? We know you got your superstitious, but can we expect to see any more photo bombs?
Oh, 100%. If there's no photo bomb tomorrow, you know something's gone disastrously wrong. So yeah, I leave in a couple of hours. We've got a 2-hour build up in my job that I'm going to do for 5 Live. So we've got a heck down. You just had Micah on. Me and Micah are going to be on, and yeah, he gets very nervous actually. So it'd be quite interesting. So we usually eat loads of sweets to try and calm the nerves down, which doesn't work. But yeah, we'll be there at Wembley, getting ready and support the boys.
For sure. Appreciate you guys. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully when I speak to you tomorrow, we'll be smiling. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
See you later.
Right, guys, that's it from us today here at the BT Tower. I'm going to be heading myself over to Wembley Way and enjoy the game. If I don't bite all my fingernails off first, we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy.